Your record. Hey, Alwyn, your mic is on mute.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Lester?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. No, it's not on mute. You can't hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now, loud and clear.
Well, it's echoing a little bit. I don't know why, and why is there a delay?
Okay, so is Vrinda waiting to come in?
Yeah, just a second. But why is this echoing, Lester?
It's all fine out here.
All right,
Now you're on.
Lester, let's begin. I think we're all set for today's show. First of all, before we start, I think we need to welcome another moderator, admin of TNG, who's been waiting in the green room. And who is she, Lester?
Vrinda.
Brenda. We're going to be bringing her in all the way from New York. Vrinda, we'd like to see
USA.
you. Vrinda, we've just invited you and admitted you. Let's get to see you. Everyone's waiting to see the gorgeous Vrinda. There she is.
Hey, Vrinda, hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
All fine, all fine.
You're looking lovely, Vrinda.
Thank you, and same to
As
both of
always.
you.
Thank you very much. Well, we've been waiting so much for this evening. I guess we are back again with our Tea Talk shows. Unfortunately, last week we had to call off one of them because we would have had a very nice doctor who I think we should even tag at the moment, Venetia, who unfortunately was not keeping well because of her vaccination. But I'm sure that we're going to have her very soon on another show. And we will bring her back definitely. But in the meanwhile, we're going to have a wonderful show today. I think we have two wonderful guests. Wow, you have a nice background as well, Brenda.
Why not copy the best?
I think we all are in one room. I think
Exactly.
you're in Dubai. Where are you? Tell us.
Where is Vrinda?
I think she's in the studio with you, Lester.
I'll come and say hello afterwards, surprise you.
All right, she's in the other
Yeah,
room. All right,
sure.
guys. Now, I think what we'll do now, Lester, is that let's give it over to Brenda and ask her to introduce our guest for this evening, after which we'll bring in our first guest who's going to come live with us. Over to you, Brenda.
Okay, thank you, Alwyn. And it is my pleasure to be here today hosting for the first time on TNG Live with this esteemed company of Alwyn and Lester. But today is all about health. Health, as last 1 year has taught all of us, right? Health is, I think, probably the most important thing we've all come back with. Health and the people and the gratitude and love that we get from our friends and everybody. So, in today's health special, I'm actually very, very honored to be introducing our first guest for today. We've got very talented guests today. I realize they don't do just one thing. Like the first person we're going to introduce is going to be Chef Michael. And Michael is actually a graduate of London's Cordon Bleu School. So, as everybody knows, it's a huge, highly reputed school, and graduating from there is no less feat. He has worked with hospitality giants like the Taj Group of hotels in Mumbai and Bombay Brasserie in London. And he decided to become an entrepreneur after that, and he set up his own restaurant called the Bowl House, and it's now a chain restaurant in India. He was a food consultant on MasterChef in India season 1 and 2. And that's where I think Chef Michael has started becoming like a public personality. We saw him on these shows. And he has been driven a lot by healthy journey and by his personal experiences and his own journey. He has been actually publishing a lot of books, and we do have a surprise event planned with Michael Chef. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Chef Michael to join us. Alvin, if you can admit him, let's
Awesome.
welcome him with the band.
So we're going to bring him in. That was a nice introduction. I think we'll bring in Chef Michael, who's been in the green room. And let's say hello to him, everybody. Greet him, welcome him. Here we have Michael coming into the house or into our studio. Michael's just coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, before we have him on board, wherever in the world
And
you
Michael
are,
is
we
in the
forgot to...
building. Michael's in the building.
Yeah, he's in the building. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever in the world you are. I know Vrinda's in America, so it's good morning. We have people like Du, who's in Australia, so it's good night. But Du is watching us as well. He's watching us live. Du, you're going to be okay, man. You're going to be bouncing back, and you're going to be hosting a show very soon. Okay, so all the best to you. We're praying for you. Everything is going to be all right. Now, let's get back to Michael. Michael, we can't see you. I think you have to get your camera and audio on, Michael. Michael, can you hear us?
In the meantime, I'll just play a short video.
Okay. Nice, Lester. That was a
You're
quick
welcome.
introduction to understand who Chef Michael is all about.
Yes, that was a
Sure.
short video. Unfortunately, Michael has gone out. I think he's having connection problems. We'll have him back. In the meanwhile, we can definitely talk to each other and we can talk to others. By the way, those of you who are watching while we're waiting for Michael to come back, Michael was also, I don't know if you know Vrinda, but Michael was also a judge on our cooking competition that we had last year. He was one of the judges. Of course, we had four judges, and Michael was one of them who was there for the live competition as well. Great person. I mean, we all love talking to him. Yes, he's soft spoken, but he's a fantastic person to talk to. I mean, he's really a nice person. Uh, what I want to tell all our viewers is if you have any questions for Michael or our other guest, please feel free to put them in the comments section. It's not going to be very easy for us to follow all the comments, but we're definitely going to take a look at them and try to ask our guests these questions. And in case we're not in a position to answer them live, we'll definitely ask them after the show and then get back to each one of you.
Sure. And do you also know that Michael is called the historian chef, or chef who wears many hats?
Wow.
Did you know that? Yeah.
Yeah, I am telling you, I'm so excited. Like since yesterday, I've been thinking about this. Like I've heard so much about Chef Michael that I'm like, when are we going to get a chance to talk to him? Because food is a great love for me. Of course, not definitely not as accomplished as our guest today, but Alvin, I've seen you have been posting some cooking, healthy cooking that you've been doing. So I think the lockdown has taught us that, right? Everybody's becoming a cook.
Everyone's learned something or the other, and I think it's a good thing because when we do this, it's only that it helps us also to get away from the stress that we're going through, whether it's business related or the COVID related or whatever it is. Just gets you off, sometimes you're off beat, and that's when you start doing things. So in a way, it's a blessing. Of course, by the way, we were supposed to also have another one of our admins moderators on board with us, and that was Derek. Derek should have been with us, but unfortunately, he's not going to be here this evening because he lost a very close family friend this morning, and that's a little sad. And we know that a lot of us are losing friends and family, and I mean, known people, neighbors, and whoever it is. So, everyone, please take care. You need to stay safe. Please get vaccinated. Do whatever you need to do in order to protect yourself, not only yourself but also your neighbors, your friends, your family, people around you. So please don't take this lightly. This is not a joke. Please take care, and whatever the case may be, if you can help somebody in your neighborhood or someone who needs help, please reach out. People need help. People need hospital beds. People need oxygen. People need to breathe. So try to reach out if you can, of course, without getting out of your homes, because you need to be careful yourselves. But if you can do something, please do it. And I think it's the time that we should all reach out. It's very important. And we pray for everyone who's lost their loved ones or who's sick in hospital. We pray for all of them, and I'm sure God is watching over all of us. And I think Derek is also there with us live. Hi, Derek. And Derek says he's calling Michael, but I think Michael is definitely in a place where there is a network issue. So he's having a bit of a problem. Can't blame him because he's in India, and we don't expect him to go outside his house anyway. So he's got to make do with the Wi-Fi connection he has.
Yeah,
So we'll
but do
give
you
it
know
some
that,
time.
Alwyn, do you know that Michael is very fond of the wildlife?
Yeah.
So I hope he's not somewhere in the jungle right now.
We never know. Anything is possible. Yeah, I know, you're right. So, guys,
Right.
Vrinda, tell us, how's the weather in New York? You're in New York or Connecticut? Where are you
I am
exactly?
in no, I'm in New York. Dr. Jaya actually is from Connecticut.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous out here. We have like about 50, 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hmm.
And it's been a beautiful day. We've had some rainy days in the middle of the week, but today has been gorgeous, sunny, and bright. And tonight I'm actually going to watch a Western classical concert, a Beethoven concert. This is a concept in New York now because of post COVID. They're doing these outdoors concerts where they put a lot of candlelights, and the players, actually the band sits in the middle. They are there in a bubble, kind of a candlelight bubble, and then they play music there, and you get tables around them. So
Nice.
Wow.
keeping fingers crossed that the weather stays for us.
Very interesting. I think what we can also do, Lester, is to probably thank our sponsors. So why don't I leave you, Lester, to do that part? We've got three sponsors with us, without whom we wouldn't be able to do all these shows as well. They've been very kind to come out and reach out. And I think one of them, who has been a very, very dear friend now, I think, to all the TNG people, is Ivan, who's in Sri
From the
Lanka. So
island.
Lester, over to you to do the honors, please. And you can play their videos as well, maybe.
Yeah, sure. In fact, I'll play the videos first.
Dream Machine, we bring out the music in you.
All right. So that was nice. Those are two of our sponsors. One of them, of course, happens to be me and my new brand of perfume, which I'm going to be launching by the end of the year. It's a post-COVID launch. And I created this line by sitting in my house doing nothing for the last 15, 16 months. For the first time ever sitting at home, I worked on this, and I hope to launch it by the end of the year. The other one, River Sheen, is Melantha Pereira. Again, Melantha is in Sri Lanka. Melantha has a school of music. Last time we brought him online to talk a little bit about it. We'll bring him again some other time, not today. But Melantha teaches music to any age group from as young as 3 or 4 years, going all the way to 80 or 90 years as well. He teaches all kinds of instruments, vocals, and everything. So anybody wants to reach out or anyone wants to learn can always do so and get in touch with us. And Mela will be happy to give you a special price because of TNG, obviously. And he does these classes online. The last one is our official media partner that we call him. That's Ivan. And Ivan has been a lot of support to us. He supported our talented members. He supported Nigel Galway, who's also an admin with us. He supported us as TNG, KJ, Susie, Melanta. He supported all of them, does some beautiful articles that you'll have seen on Facebook that we have posted all along. Thank you, Ivan. And I'm sure, I mean, he's already done a nice story on our first anniversary. I'm sure he's going to cover the anniversary celebration as well. So thanks, Ivan, for being there. We look forward to a lot more coverage from your side, and I'm sure we'll get you on a talk show as well, or hopefully see you on the 9th. Lester, would you like to just mention about our anniversary that's coming up, since it's a good time that we have time now?
I think Derek is waiting in the green room.
He is? I don't see him.
Have you seen him?
No, he's not there.
Okay. So guys, yes, it's going to be a year on the 9th. And we are going to celebrate. We are going to celebrate it big style. We've a lot planned actually. And hope you all are going to be there. Encourage us, encourage the team. In fact, the whole team is going to be there. So you better watch out. We are there on the 9th at the same time, 7 p.m. Dubai, 8:30 India, Sri Lanka. So you better be there, guys. Alwyn, over to you.
Well, that was short and sweet. Well, we've got Michael back again. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to be bringing Michael in, the big man, the chef of the century, where we are concerned, is coming in. He's managed to get some network, so let's not waste time. Let's get going, and I think it says he's joining. Come on in, Michael. We're waiting for you. Come on, Vrinda, you can sing in the meanwhile. You're a good singer.
I was just going to say, there is a song, right? Jimmy, 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 Aja, Aja, Aja. So I can change it to Michael. Michael
By the way,
Michael,
Vrinda is a
Michael.
good singer too, right, Vrinda? Are you
Yep.
you're in a group, right? Singing group.
Yes. Yes, I have a band here in New Jersey and New York area, and we perform in the tri-state area over here.
Wow, so we want you one day to perform out here.
Would be our pleasure and honor.
It shows Michael is joining, but I think he definitely has a bad network, because he's joined and again he's gone out, because there's something definitely happening somewhere. We don't know where exactly. And as Lester said, probably in the jungle somewhere, but we're going to wait for him. Nevertheless, there he's back again.
He's
Michael,
playing
can you
hide
hear
and
us?
seek, I guess. Oh, by the way, Ivan says, thank you so much for the mention.
Yeah, the Island newspaper. Well, that's the Island newspaper we're talking about. And thanks to Ivan, as we said. I mean, great. I mean, what he puts out is amazing. I love what he puts out there. And we don't even give him a lot of information. The little we give him, he makes a lovely story. And it's not a story, because Ivan basically watches our shows like he's there right now. I can see him live. He watches our shows and he gathers all the info that he sees over there, and then he writes a story. And he supports good talent, which is good. I mean, he loves to see good talent. Michael is joined again on another screen, so we're hoping that one of the two screens work. Michael, Aja, Aja, Aja.
Yeah, at least I see two Michaels, so one of them should be able to join.
Yeah, one is a ghost one and one is the actual one. Yes, Roland, TNG, birthday in 2 days. Let's all party,
Hi.
buddy. You sitting in Goa?
Hey, Rolly, what's up?
Yeah, I think
Michael, we can hear you faintly if you are speaking. Is that you?
Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, at last, Michael is
Michael.
here.
Yes.
Michael, I think you're really having a bad connection because it's freezing.
Oh, he's gone out.
Nicola just got back from hospital. I hope you're okay, Nicola. Hi there. We've got Lynette John who says, yay, birthday of TNG. Yes, Lynette, it's 2 days from now. Everyone, by the way, Michael's gone again. So since we have the time before Dr. Jaya comes in, God forbid we can't get Michael back in the next few minutes. He's going to keep trying. We'll bring him back when Dr. Jaya is there. But in the meanwhile, just to tell all of you, we're going to be having a great 1 year celebration. When I say great, I don't mean we're going to have dance and music and singing song and stuff like that. What we're going to be talking about is the last 12 months from the day or since the day we started, that was on the 9th of May 2020, right through till the 9th of May 2021. It's been an awesome journey. We've met a lot of people. We've had some great times. We've had some sad times as well. But these things happen. It's part and parcel of life. And I think it's just because, we've got such a huge family of 12,000 plus people on both our groups, TNG Live and the Talent Networking Group. These things are bound to happen. So we're seeing a lot more good things, definitely, but there's a lot of pain as well. Michael is back again, but we can't see him.
What about having only the audio? If it's difficult for him to come on screen.
That's not a bad idea.
Maybe the bandwidth possibly doesn't
Yeah,
support.
maybe Derek, you could tell Michael he can just come on audio at least. It'll be easier so we can talk to him if he can't see him.
Okay, I'm asking Derek to see if he can come on audio, Alwyn.
All right, so till he comes back again, the 9th of May is going to be a great evening. It's at 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 7 p.m. Dubai, or 11 a.m. Exactly the same time we start our Tea Talk shows, because by now I think most of you are used to the time that we come on live, whether it's our Tea Talk or whether we do an event or whatever it is. So we're going to stick to the same time so that everybody, knows and expects this timing, so we rather stick to it. So what we're going to do is that we are going to get all our admins and moderators, and I think that's about 14 or 15 of us. We're going to be on the same Zoom screen, and we're going to be talking about our initial days all the way through to our current date, which is the 9th of May 2021. We're going to be discussing among ourselves, of course, and we'll be involving a few of you who've been with us since day one. That's the 9th of May 2020. We're going to be bringing them as well. So you're going to see who those few are. Again, we've got two Michaels joining, so let's bring both of them in. Okay, both have come in. I think one can talk and one we'll try and see his face. Okay.
I can see he's connecting to audio.
Yep. Michael.
Michael, we are so excited now.
He's really having a problem because see, the whole screen is freezing. Michael, maybe you should try and turn off your camera and just speak to us. Probably that'll be better if you ask me, or unless you are on a laptop instead of a mobile. I guess it's also the mobile which is causing problems.
That's a mobile, yeah. That's a mobile.
If you can hear us, Michael. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Michael, can you hear us? Can you unmute yourself, please? Michael, can you unmute yourself?
He's frozen in time.
He got frozen, yeah. Now it's moving a little bit.
Now he's in slow motion.
By the way, this is all not in the script.
Yeah. Roland says we can see Vrinda's cup of tea, coffee. Where are your respective cups and glasses, Mr. Alwyn and Mr. Lester? I've got my healthy glass of water right there, Rolly. You can see it. I've got a green screen, so I've got all kinds of problems. I seem to be freezing and disappearing. I don't know what's happening, but I'm there. And there, Vrinda showing her cup of tea. Yeah. Lester, we should be making special cups of for tea talk. By the way, I think you should be doing that for us.
Oh,
But
yes.
Alvin, aren't we thinking of rebranding? So maybe this is a plug. Let's tell our
Okay,
audience
why
that.
didn't you announce that, Vrinda? That'll be a good thing. Why didn't you make that announcement to everybody?
Hey, so guys, whoever is watching, we actually think that as we kick off the next year of TNG, we wanted to rebrand Tea Talks. We haven't come up with a name yet, so what we would like to do is invite suggestions for names. So if you can think of something, I mean, you know the format now. It's every, like Alvin said, it's every Friday evening at 8:30 p.m. IST, 11 o'clock in New York and in Dubai. So what we want to do is have these kind of conversations in a casual format. It's not a formal format, and we want to get to know people, talented people who are part of our network, and showcase them so that a lot of people will know about them. So that's why we want to kind of rebrand it. And if you have any great suggestions, please let us know.
That's a good one. Yes. So
I think Jaya is ready in case. Oh, that was that lovely tea slurping voice.
so suddenly Lester comes with all these things. By the way, yes, I saw Jaya and she's left. She'll be back again. I just see one message from Santos de Souza. He says, "Gonna hear you, Lynette John. I hope on the 9th." Santos, we wish we could have had her sing on the 9th. But as I mentioned earlier, we're only going to be, it's basically Thanksgiving, and it's also a reason for us to tell our viewers all that we've been doing since we started till date. And it's for you all to know, because some of you have been there with us since the first day or the first month, and some joined in between. So a lot of you probably don't know what we did from the beginning and why we started and how we started. So for that reason, we'd like most of you who are there today to understand or to know or to get to know us better. We're not going to be having any live sessions, no singing, no nothing of the sort. But yes, we're going to be playing videos of some of our family members. I'm sure most of you know that we address all of you as family. Yeah. So if I use the word members, please forgive me. But all of you are part of one big happy family, including Michael, who's back again. Michael, we can see you smile.
But the net's really bad. The internet's really bad.
Yeah, we can see you smiling there. At least we can see you, and so can our viewers. And you're there, I think, without wasting any time. Vrinda, would you like to take over from here so that at least we can start?
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to bring Dr. Jaya in as well so we can
Maybe we'll bring her so we can talk to her. So you want to talk, probably, okay, I'll bring her, and then you can talk about her first, and then we'll go back to Michael.
And then we can ask questions to both of them now that we've got
All right,
Michael.
there you are. I'm admitting her. Thank you.
All right. Jaya, can you hear us?
You can talk about
Yes.
her first, and then we go back to
And then
Michael.
we can ask questions to both of them now that we've got.
All right, there you are. I'm admitting her. Thank you. Someone has
echo.
Yeah, that's, I think, Jaya, do you have a second instrument that's on there, maybe a phone or
The
something?
phone, I think, is on. No speakers.
It's not.
Okay,
Now
now
it's
we
okay.
lost echo.
Yeah,
It's
now
okay.
it's.
Or unless, sorry, let me just say one more thing. Unless you are also watching the Facebook Live at the same time.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I can
it's
see
gone
Michael
now.
moving. So you can start, Vrinda. You can introduce Dr. Jaya. Dr. Jaya, first of all,
Perfect.
awesome seeing you. You're looking lovely in pink. Thank you for joining our show and coming on board. Over to you, Vrinda.
All right, thank you. So, Alwyn and Lester, I had this confusion moment this morning, right? Because I was trying to see how I should introduce Dr. Jaya today. And I was coming up with adjectives and they just wouldn't end because there is a lot of adjectives that describe Jaya. So I decided the one I could go with is versatile because that's probably like, all-rounder versatile that's the personality Dr. Jaya is. I mean, she's a doctor. She's a healthcare executive. She's a worldwide known speaker, and she's a leader of her organization. She is also beauty pageant contest winner. She was a Director's Choice title winner in Mrs. India, Connecticut. She has written 4 books in English and one in our local language, Marathi. And she is very passionate about beauty, health, and Ayurveda. So, Jay, literally, I ran out of words to describe what all you do. So, welcome to the show. And we're delighted to have you and Chef Michael here today on our health special.
Thank you.
Great. And Jaya is also in our studio. you actually you're actually in Connecticut, and it looks like you're sitting in our studio, but that's wonderful. Lovely to see you, Jaya. Thank you once again, and thanks for the introduction, Vrinda. Well said. Now let's get back to Chef Michael. I'm sure Jaya, Dr. Jaya, you know that we were having problems getting him because of network issues. So let's talk to him. The reason we're here, I mean, as I said, most of you, you know that Chef Michael has been with TNG for some time now, including being a judge on our cooking competition many months ago. We have him back again. He's a wonderful person, soft-spoken, but we are going to get him to talk today. And Vrinda, that's your job. You're going to make him talk. And I think we should start right away. You know, let's talk about why we have him here. But before that, if you want to talk a little about Chef Michael, like you already did, I think you can briefly tell our audience again, now that he's here with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me turn it back to introducing my honor again to introduce such a personality. And Chef Michael, I have to tell you, I've been so delighted and excited waiting to talk to you because I've heard so much about you from Derek and Alwyn and Lester. And I was telling them that food is like everybody's passion and love, and healthy food that is delightful to eat is almost magical, right? Because generally when you like something, it's never healthy. So I've heard that you can do wonders in the kitchen. Soft spoken, but very talented, a graduate of London's Cordon Bleu Culinary School. Has worked, Chef Michael has worked with hospitality giants like the Taj Group of Mumbai and Bombay Brasserie in London. And then he decided to become an entrepreneur and started his own restaurant, which is called the Bowl House, which is now a chain of restaurants in India. Chef Michael was also a food consultant on Master Chef's India seasons 1 and 2. And we are going to have some quality time with Dr. Jaya and Chef Michael today and talk about their journeys on health, beauty, and inner peace.
Awesome.
Oh, lovely.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was a good
Awesome,
introduction
awesome.
again. Well, we have quite a few messages, and one of them says, Santos D'Souza says, wow, Dr. Jaya is definitely multi-talented. Yes, she is. That's for sure. So where do we start, Vrinda? I mean, now let's talk to Chef Michael, because I think he's here. If I'm not mistaken, he's here to talk about his book, which he's going to launch. And the launch is on Tea Talk with TNG today. Am I right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Can we hear an applause for that, Lester and everyone?
of course.
The best part is that I think Chef Michael doesn't have the book printed or a copy with him, but he's decided to launch it with us today on our talk show. And it's all about health. As you know, we've been putting up the flyers. So today we're going to be talking about Chef Michael's book. I'm going to go back to Vrinda because she's going to be doing a bit of the talking, and so is Lester. So guys, over to you all, and I'm going to be sipping my hot water.
Sure. So, Chef Michael, I would like to start with you. And like I said, I'm very fascinated about your personal journey and where, how you came here today. I mean, from being a chef to being writing a book on the diabetic cookbook. So, what brought you here?
I started out as a chef. I was a young chef in London. And that's when I met a couple of people who were already talking about health and how to change one's lifestyle. And a lot of the things they said did make sense at the time. And starting out as a pastry chef, one always, one was astounded at what one read about sugar and what it does to your body and things like that. And that's when I started changing my way of thinking, that as a chef, you are responsible about what you're giving someone to eat. Even if they're coming to your restaurant and they are craving something, you are still responsible as a chef or restaurateur to give them something healthy. So yes, they want a certain portion of meat on their plate, but it's equally important to give them double that quantity of vegetables on the plate. Even if they've not ordered the vegetables, it was still put on the plate and sent out. So by default, you're giving them something healthy along with, I won't say something that's not healthy, but you're giving them their proteins along with something healthy. So it's a responsibility of a chef to be guiding people to eat healthy. And you can do it subtly. You don't have to say it's healthy food. Because the minute you say healthy food, they don't want to eat it. So it's how you do it, how you change people's perspective in a very subtle manner. So that's been my journey as a chef to giving people healthy food.
That is amazing. And like I said, healthy and tasty is no short of magic. I think the book image is already on all of our backgrounds, right? The diabetic cookbook.
Yes, cookbook.
Can you, Chef Michael, can you tell us a little bit specifically about what you have covered in your book, and what would be your recommendation, like from a just a summary of the book?
So when we talk with various chefs and they say don't eat this and don't eat that, somebody rightfully said you eat everything in the right proportion and the right quantity. And there is sugar in almost everything that you eat. Okay. When it is fresh or whether it's dehydrated. When it's dehydrated, the sugars are more concentrated. So it's knowing what to eat and when to eat it. You wouldn't eat anything that is dehydrated because the sugars are concentrated. So it's guiding people how to eat well, at the same time to be conscious about what they're eating. And so you can still have that piece of fish, but knowing which kind of fish to eat, whether it's an oily variety or oily variety of fish like mackerel and all are good for your body. So you want ingredients that are full of the antioxidants and stuff like that. And okay, so one was reading about all of this. Mom had diabetes, grandma had diabetes. And when the publisher said, from a chef's point of view, why don't you write something different? And we said, okay, let's do one on health. I wanted it actually to be completely vegan, but their marketing department, but the marketing department, in all its wisdom, said, no, you please add some meat to it as well. So we added, so I added 80% of the vegetarian and only kept about 20% non-vegetarian. So I got my way in the end, marginally.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Can I, sorry to interrupt you, Vrinda, just a quick thing before the messages keep rolling up. We have, no, actually, let's say hi to Desiree, who is a fantastic baker in Mumbai. She creates some awesome cakes. I mean, I think she creates magic with her hands, I must say. So Chef Michael also knows, I'm sure, about her. I'm sure we should also be looking at doing diabetic cakes for that matter when it comes to baking more than food. But we have one question from Coach Picky Nanda. By the way, Coach Picky is also going to be on our panel. I think next week she's going to be on our Tea Talk show. Coach Picky is asking, what is a good diet for diabetes and heart together? So honestly, I have no clue, Michael. We'll leave it to you.
I think, that answer would better be answered by a doctor or nutritionist rather than me putting my 2 bits into it and
I agree.
Getting your foot into your mouth.
I agree. So,
yeah.
I think that
we
question will be best suited for Dr. Jaya, I think.
Dr. Jaya.
Lester, that's where I was going. I said, like, we are very fortunate today that we have Dr. Jaya here, who's also into cooking. So maybe Dr. Jaya, if you can address that if somebody has concerns about heart as well as sugar, any recommendation on certain food items they should use or avoid?
Yeah, so like Chef Michael said, it is a good idea to consult with a nutritionist than talking about that in this platform.
Yeah, I think it's better we get the right people to answer it. Right now, we have Chef Michael, who is a chef, yes, but he's written a book on diabetic healthy food. And we
Mm.
have Dr. Jaya, who we still haven't started talking to actually. And I think she's specialized in certain fields, which we'll be talking about in due course. So if there's anything else that we can answer, we'll be happy to. And if we can't, I think you're both right. We shouldn't be making mistakes. Having said that, if you have anyone who could help out on these questions, do let us know so we can reach out and tell our viewers about it as well. Roland says, Chef Michael, I'm a Pakka and true Goan who loves his fish and seafood. What should one avoid, and is there any age till when and what one can eat? So, okay, I think
Roland,
even
you're not too old to ask
You
that
know,
question.
the best age to start is actually as soon as possible. You eat well, you eat healthy, you eat in the right proportions. You always see these ads saying, eat, have this oil or have that oil. But if you look at it, oil at the end of the day is oil. It's bad for you. But your body does need a certain quantity or proportion of oil in our system. So you have to be judicious in what you're eating, in what you're consuming. If you're just going to be consuming fried foods all the time, yes, it's bad for you. You have to balance it out. You have to balance it out with the right cooking techniques, the right cooking methods like steaming, poaching. I can talk to you about those elements of using the right cooking techniques to get you great food, which is at the same time healthy. But if you're going to keep adding a ton of butter into it or a ton of oil into it, you are going to eventually kill yourself. And so it's, again, I think Dr. Jaya will agree, it's all about eating well and eating in the right proportion, you know?
Yeah, and you said it right. It has to be balanced. The food has to be balanced and the proportion, and according to Ayurveda, it has to be balanced according to your prakriti, your personality, and the season.
And everybody's body is different.
Body is
I think that each person's body is different. So actually a nutritionist will gauge your body and then tell you a diet. So me just, or one of us talking about a diet is not going to work.
Okay. No, that's a very
Right.
good point. Talk to your nutritionist for personalized diet because it depends on everything. So I want to kind of continue on this vein. And since we haven't gone to you, Dr. Jaya, one question I wanted to ask you was like, again, fascinating for our viewers. Like Chef Michael had his own personal journey that brought him here today. How about yours? Like, I mean, you are a doctor, and how did you end up in coming here, becoming a healthcare executive, starting your own beauty brand, and I mean, kind of the life you lead? How did you get here?
Yes. So first of all, I would like to thank you all for inviting me to this platform. And when it comes to my journey from a private practitioner in India and now healthcare executive in the United States, it's very interesting. So when I was practicing in India, at the same time, I was very like newly graduate, just finished the residency, and also working with the hospital. So when I was working with the hospital, I was very interested in the business side of it. And they kind of let me do that part to lead the the nursing team and their duties and budgeting and all the hospital management related stuff. And that's where I learned. But when I moved to different places, I was in Dubai as well for a few years. And then when I got married, my husband was here in the United States. He was doing his master's. So I joined him. And then there are so many rules for the licensing. And then I had to go through all that. So my choice was to go back to medical school again or do something else. So I was already interested in the business aspect of the healthcare. So I joined the master's program in healthcare, and that's where I ended up into healthcare business side and leadership and all that, and slowly into that field. I was actually leading primary healthcare program and then got invited into mental health. So got into mental health. And then um, when I learned a lot about the mental health aspect, I combined that into the Ayurvedic practice. Practice as such, I do more consulting. I'm a licensed esthetician, so I'm more into beauty treatments, skin treatments. But that's where it and inspired me to write the books. So yes.
That is that is cool. And I mean, you know, you find your own personal journey, and then if you have the ability to write, like both of you, I'm very impressed, because that's how it helps others, right? And I mean, of course, Dr. Jaya, you know, there's a joke that all doctors, they say even their prescription, they have very bad handwriting. That's how we grew up with, right? Like no doctors can write. And I always think of chefs being magicians in the kitchen, but the amazing fact that both of you have actually taken the time to write and share these experiences with all of us is pretty cool, actually.
True.
So I want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said,
Somebody was
yeah,
speaking.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Lester and Alvin, where I wanted to take us next is, you know, both our guests today, your professions were impacted with the lockdown. As Alvin mentioned, we started talent networking group in the lockdown, May 9th, exactly a year ago. Being a chef, of course, you must have had a lot of impacts. And how did you pivot yourself? I mean, looks like you saw where things are, pivoted into something very successful. So, can you tell the viewers a little bit about how lockdown
Uh,
impacted you and how do you move? And Jaya, then I would like to come back and ask you the same question.
so when I was in London, I was already doing a lot of food photography, food styling. I helped set up restaurants. So for me, it was a lot easier because I could just cook at home, photograph the food, and send it out to the client. So I had three major projects during lockdown, which I shot completely from home. Uh, so I think that helped balance things out a little bit. My writing is there, has always been there on the side. I've always multitasked since a kid, multitasking, because I think that's the way we were brought up. We were taught to multitask. So from the photography to the writing to creating videos, plus working in the kitchen, I realized earlier on that every year you get so many students coming out of catering college. So your shelf life is very short. Your competition is growing. Every year you've got more and more people wanting to emulate you, to, I won't say beat you, but they're copying you. And you've got to grow. And I grew in different fields in three different spheres, which are all related to food. So the food photography has kept me going. The writing has kept me going during the lockdown. So for me, I didn't have to resort to making food at home and selling it from home, things like that.
Right. Dr. Jaya, I have a question for you. You know, you have written many books, but the one I find intriguing is Aging Gracefully, you know, the ageless secrets of Ayurveda. Can you share with us a few tips which you can utilize in our daily lifestyle?
Yes, of course. I would like to show a book as well. If you can see that, aging gracefully. So Ayurveda is about all about lifestyle management. And when I say aging gracefully, it is more about what you should eat, what you should not eat, and how to exercise, and yoga and all that, it all adds up because aging doesn't stop, actually. Everything in the
True.
nature grows, but how you grow gracefully is more important. And when I say that, um, Ayurveda talks about three elements, and those elements match to the five elements in the nature. So when the animals or the trees or everything grows in the nature, it it actually uh, grows with the seasonal changes. So when there are seasonal changes, the animals know what to do. So we also have to know that as the season changes, what needs to do, what we have to do. We have to eat certain type of food which matches to that season, and that is very important according to Ayurveda. So when we follow or the rules of the nature, then definitely we grow gracefully according to the rule of the nature. So that's what I explain in my book, that how to identify your body type. Go to the practitioner, identify your body type. Is it pitta type of body or kapha type of body or what the type of body? And then according to that, maintain your lifestyle. What you have to eat and when you have to eat, everything is important. And no other doctor can tell you about it, but only the Ayurvedic practitioner.
Wow.
Well said. Well
Yeah.
said. Thank you, Dr. Jaya, for that.
Thank you.
That was very
I'll
well said,
interject
and
for
I'm
a second.
sure.
Can I interject for a second on that?
Sure.
Sure. It's like what our grandmothers did. And I think it also went beyond Ayurveda. Our grandmothers knew what to order from the market, when to order it, and how to order it. They never ordered fish during the monsoons. They never ate a vegetable or a fruit out of season. And because of the supermarkets today, we are getting everything daily, that we've lost touch with that. We have to go back to eating seasonal. And that's when you live gracefully.
Very
A
true.
very
Um,
valid point, right, Alvin? Because I
very.
remember my grandmother used to say, don't eat this after this because your stomach will hurt or something like that. So,
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
and that's where I said, like animals, when they live with the nature, they know what to do. So it's not about what
Yes.
book says. You need to understand your body, and
True.
then you will understand what is good for your body.
Very true. Um, Chef Michael, that we, now that we have our viewers listening to you, I think a lot of people would like to know about your book. Now, I know that it's not yet printed and ready as a hard copy. Am I right? Yeah.
It is printed and ready. It's just going to be launched on the 17th.
Oh, okay. So we get the pre-launch
Yeah.
session over here. What I think our viewers would like to know is, where can they buy the book? So is it going to be online? Maybe you could just highlight a little bit about that so that they would know where to buy it if they want to buy it, and also the price. It could help people as well.
So right now, Amazon is getting it at 600 and something. The price is 899, and
That's
it's
an Indian
available on
rupees.
Indian rupees. It's available on Amazon all over the world right now. The pre-ordering, and Flipkart has it, but right now Amazon has the best deals going for it with the pre-ordering
Awesome.
rate.
Can I
awesome.
ask you
Awesome.
something which was not planned as per the script, by the way? This is going to be away from the script. And I think you can always refuse it if you want to, is not a problem. How about you giving us a few books autographed by you? We'd like to give it out to some of our viewers, maybe not for a competition, because we don't ever, as you know very well, we would never ever have a competition or a contest. But maybe some people who really deserve to get the book, we would like to give them a copy, and probably a signed one from you. And for that, I think you could give Derek a few copies, since he is in India and you know how to reach him. and we'll find a way to do it. So if you would oblige us with that, it would be awesome.
I'll have a chat with Derek. Yeah.
Awesome. So
Actually, good you said that, Alvin, because I was going to say that's a great idea. But plus, I was going to add that since you said Amazon, Chef, I'm going to go to Amazon.com and pre-order my copy today. And hopefully, when we meet in person at some point, then you can personally autograph it
Would
for me,
love to.
please. It would be
I
my
think we all
honor.
are. We all are going to probably pick up a copy. Definitely, I'm going to order it. It's just that I don't know if it's in India. Do they ship it to Dubai? So we'll have to figure out that part of it.
Yes, I have to figure
Yeah.
that out. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us
Definitely.
know, and we'll be happy to pick up a copy as well. I'm sure a lot of people would definitely like to have a copy of your book. Before I go back to
Chef Michael,
Vrinda,
I have. Okay. Can I ask a question? Yeah.
sure,
Oh,
Lester.
you want to go ahead?
No, please go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Lester.
Okay. Chef Michael, I've been reading your biography, and it's mentioned there you're called the historian chef. Can you, elaborate on that?
So my first book was written when I was 26 on the East Indian community, which was my mother, my grandmom, their food and the history and all that. And I think it was the first East Indian cookbook to be published by a publisher. And a journalist then gave me that title, writing, the historian chef, and it's stuck ever since.
Okay, okay.
That's
So
a
yeah,
nice one.
Nice.
By the way, we have quite a few people already saying, I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy one. So KJ says, I'm going to buy one. I see Akilia says, me, I'll buy it. And quite a few of them are, I'm sure, going to be buying your book, definitely. Yes, Lester, we should put out the name of the book and a copy on our group so that
Yeah.
Yeah.
people who see it, maybe even a link to Amazon, it could help everybody.
Or maybe we could have a
Vrinda,
discount code for our TNG
well,
family.
I think that let Chef Michael talk to Derek
Yeah.
about, and if he feels it's viable, then we'll definitely put that out. But I don't think we should be burdening him now. We'll we asked him for a few copies already. Before Vrinda gets on again to talk a little bit, just one quick question for Dr. Jaya. Dr. Jaya, you look gorgeous, first of all. I mean, we're just looking at you. So now I know what that what was it? Miss India, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mrs. Mrs. Connecticut, India. Yep.
Connecticut,
Mrs.
India.
Connecticut, yes. Just wanted to ask you, I mean, before I even ask you to speak a little about it, I think you also are coming up with some books like we spoke earlier. Just wanted to tell our viewers, in case we forget before we get out from here, I know we're going to come back to it. If anyone wants to learn more about Dr. Jaya and wants to know more about her books and what she does, whether it is to do with Ayurveda, yoga, wellness, education, please feel free to go to our website. Our website, we will also post it probably on our group itself, but since we don't advertise on our groups, we probably will not be in a position to do that officially. But please take it down. The website is Ayur Beauty and Lifestyle. Very simple. It's AYURBEAUTYLIFESTYLE.com. AyurBeautyandLifestyle.com. So with that, we leave Dr. Jaya to speak a little about the Mrs. India Connecticut that the beauty pageant that she participated and won as well. Just tell us a little about that, just for the viewers to know what exactly this pageant was all about, Dr. Jaya.
Yes. So I was always passionate about beauty and combine my, Ayurvedic therapy into the beauty therapies, combining oils and ingredients and all that. But when this pageant show started advertising and registration came up, I was 50 years old. So, and it was my dream that one day I will participate, but then I was practicing, doing a lot of things and didn't get a chance. So I said, you know what, this is it. I am going to participate. And then I participated and, prepared for the talent show. There is always one talent show, and so and I got that title. So it was really a milestone birthday, and winning that title at that time. And again, I showed that I'm aging gracefully.
I think we
Wow.
all
Jaya,
agree.
you're
And
showing that you're not aging.
actually, Brenda, Lester, and Michael, did I hear wrong or right? I'm not sure. Did she say when I was 50, or she meant she's going to be 50?
She
Yeah, I
said
was
she
just going to
was.
think
I
there is
mean,
a error. I think there is an error.
So
Because you don't look
definitely.
like you're anywhere close to 50, Dr. Jaya. So I thought it was a mistake, but hats off to you. You are definitely, you look very good for your age. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Uh,
thank
so Brenda, over to you now. I think you have a couple of questions, and you can shoot them out to Chef Michael and to Dr. Jaya. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely. So I'll since we talked to Dr. Jaya a little bit, I want to come back to Chef Michael again. And this is kind of again off the script, but as we are talking, I'm looking at your passion about health and food. So I want to ask you a question. What is if it is possible, what is your most favorite food to eat, and where do you feel like if you're really tired or not feeling good about something, what's your comfort food? What is it that makes you feel like my day is made if you eat it? And are you the cook of it, or does anybody else cook it for you? Chef Michael?
Oh, for me, my favorite food is Italian or Mediterranean cuisine because it's very, I like the health aspect of it. It's flavorful, there's not many spices, and I love South Indian food as well. North Indian food, because it's full of spice, full of oil, I kind of just stay away from it. And I love eating other people's cooking. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the
Italian
time you
food is
really
great.
relax and eat. Rather you've slaved in the kitchen, cooked, and then you're going to eat the same thing. You're like, okay, you know.
That is good to know. So, who cooks the best in your family? Is it your parents? Is it your siblings? Like other than you, of course.
No one. They all went into different professions, and I think this the part of cooking.
That is
Yeah.
that is funny. Dr. Jay, I'm going to come back to you and ask you a little bit about. I mean, I just know and want to share it with viewers. Dr. Jay has not only been a successful entrepreneur and a business person, but what she didn't say yet, which I will say, is she has done a lot of stuff for the community. She's very passionate about the community she's part of, and she has always stepped up to do something when there was a need, including the latest crisis in India with COVID and all. I know Dr. Jay has been very instrumental in doing fundraisers and giving her own time as well as monetary help. So, Dr. Jay, I know you've got like, I mean, just because we're also friends on Facebook, I see every other week I open the feed and Dr. Jay has been gotten some recognition or some award. So there's a joke we have in our friend group that we're going to try and track Dr. Jaya's awards in the just the year of 2021. So I know you will not speak about it unless explicitly asked, but would you share a little bit about the community work you're doing and some of the recognition you've received in the past few months that I've seen for the initiatives you've started?
so Vrinda, one thing I would say that recognitions are from the people, how they appreciate, and it comes from them. But I can talk about the work that I do, and we as a family volunteer for a lot of organizations, and one of them very close to our heart is Ekal Foundation in India. So Ekal Foundation provides education to poor kids in villages, and they have also started providing food and other necessary items for those school-going children, and even started the education for their parents. They have started Arogya Foundation program, Ekal Arogya Foundation program, which provides the medical help to the villagers in that area, and of course kids. So we have been doing this work from last 20 years as a family. And during the pandemic, we got introduced to Seva International USA. And since then, it's more than a year now. We have been, donating, that's the different part, but we are working with the organization to do the fundraiser and where the money is going and where the help, wherever the help is needed, it's going there. And I personally give my phone number, my contact in the groups and everywhere, that whoever needs help, even we have started calling the senior citizens just to make sure that they're okay. And of course, mental health is the biggest part in this lockdown that actually impacted a lot of people. So we started helping anywhere the help was needed. As a doctor, I am a resource for the people who are here, and also enroll myself to be a resource in India. We triage whenever we get the call or the text, just to give these resources to people. So that's Seva International. And I also serve a board for Gopio, Connecticut, which is a global organization of Indian origin, and Connecticut Doctors Association, the Doctors Association in United States, and a lot of small other organizations too. So
Great.
I would actually say that wherever you get chance to help people, just help. Doesn't matter it's pandemic, but that actually makes you, more graceful. That is the satisfaction for your mind, because I believe that, not I believe, but it is the Ayurveda's principle that body, mind, and soul has to be balanced. And that's where it gets balanced, because your spirituality is also important for growing gracefully.
No, you're absolutely right. And I was saying it before that when you said aging gracefully, I was like, I think you have managed the reverse. You're not even aging, because for the viewers, I've known Dr. Jaya for at least 18 to 20 years now. And I don't think she looks any different than I first met her. She looks exactly
Well,
the
look who's
same.
talking.
So,
Brenda, by the way, looking at you, I mean, I don't want to ask your age in public, definitely not. I wouldn't do that. But looking at you, and you talk about 20 years ago, I mean, you've known her, and then you talk about how many years you're in the United States. You don't look like you're over 30 or 35. So let's keep it at that. It's always better.
Because we motivate each other. So
Excellent.
and
By the way,
and I use Dr. Jaya's products.
oh, you have products as well.
She has beauty products, and I have actually used both, right? When I had knee pain, Dr. Jaya had very kindly sent me an oil that helped
That's
me. I
very
had a
nice.
sports injury, and I use her face cream every night.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
unfortunately, we wouldn't have too much time to speak about your products, but we did have one of our moderators, KJ, who was on our show a few weeks ago, and she, as an independent person in Germany, actually runs a beauty salon, and she's a beautician as well. Has made her own face creams, by the way, and we had a very exciting show with her a couple of weeks ago. In fact, you should probably talk to each other. In fact, she's going to be one of the first customers buying your book, Chef Michael. Just a quick thing, you have, I think, a friend of yours, Dr. Jaya, Lina Dongre Damle. She says, Jaya, proud of you for the work you do. I mean, there are a lot more messages, but since I'm reading a few of them, let me read them out to you, as I think, so that you also know what's happening. And let's welcome Bonnie Coelho, who's just joined us. He's another very exciting person, lives in Dubai. He's not only, I mean, he sings, he's a musician, he cooks, he bakes. I don't know what all this multi-talented guy does, but he does a lot of stuff. And one day you're going to be seeing him on our show, hopefully, as well. Back to you, Vrinda and Lester. Any more questions? Please feel free because Chef Michael is waiting to talk to us.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
sure.
I
In fact,
actually,
I
Oh
have a
gosh.
question for Dr. Jaya. Dr. Jaya, you are also a healing practitioner. So, what's your advice on stress related illnesses, especially during these times?
Yes, so stress is kind of a buzzword right now. It was there before as well because we were in a rat race. It's just stopped during the pandemic. The first thing I would suggest is the lifestyle management. And I said at the beginning that body, mind, and soul has to be balanced. And if it is not balanced, that's where this stress uh, comes up because your mind is not balanced and it is stress. So the first thing I would suggest is yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises. That helped a lot. And changing diet, because diet has a relationship with your mind. The gut has a relationship with your mind. And when your digestion is not well, your mind affects. So we all have to understand that part.
Right.
And when your digestion is not well, is not just affect your mind, your stress factor, but also affects your immunity, which is very important factor in this pandemic. So definitely make sure what you eat digests well, and there is no accumulation of toxins in your body, because if you don't digest food well and don't eliminate well, then it remains in your body as toxins and then it spreads out. So just to make sure, eat well, that food digests well, and then you do your exercise, yoga, meditation, and any exercise is good, that's fine. Another thing is to spend some time for just yourself, whether it's walking in outside for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or watch the birds, or watch just the waterfall, or just listen to the music, and that helps your mind to get balanced.
very true,
Wow, that's so
very true,
inspiring.
very true.
Lester,
Uh, uh,
where are the
Alvin,
claps?
Lester, we
Yeah,
need
I'm
claps.
so.
He's so fascinated with the response.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see that. Alvin, do I have time for just one last question for our
I'm
each guest,
sure
or
you
are we
do
out of time?
because I think even if you started at 7, we still have a little time, and it all depends on our dear friends over here who are our guests today. If they're willing to talk to us for a little bit, then we definitely will continue. Otherwise, please feel free. Yes, we had a bit of a delay; we couldn't help it. But I think you know what, Brenda. Please go ahead. I think you've been doing a fab job so far, I must say. And I want to tell you something in public, by the way. You've been a great host, and it's the first time we've had you host with us. It's not going to be the last one because now we found a new host, Lester. We've got a new
Yes,
partner in
exactly.
crime. Okay, so we're going to be bringing Brenda back, everybody, because she's been doing an awesome job. Thank you, Brenda. Over to you again.
Like I said, I learned from the best, Alvin and
That
Lester.
requires a clap.
Thank you. Okay, so last question. This is my personal question, Chef Michael. I know we talked about a lot of your talents, and like I said, today we are blessed with our guests who are so multi-talented. One thing we didn't touch upon, Chef Michael, is your food photography. We talked about it very little when you were talking about your journey, but how did you get into the photography aspect of food? Can you talk to our viewers about it a little bit?
I never wanted to become a chef. Okay. I wanted, yeah. Mom used to make film documentaries and educational documentaries, and I was always enamored with the film world growing up. And I wanted to do food films, make films around food, because in those days we had Yank and Cook, we had so many of those wonderful chefs, at the time, and we used to wait for Sundays just to watch them. I said, Mom, I want to make these kind of films. She said, you go and become a chef first. You know your food first, and then you do your photography. Because you know your photography, you go and become a chef first. And I think when I was in London, when I first encountered food styling and food photography with one of my chefs, and he said, you're doing both, why don't you come with me for a shoot? And one thing led to another and another, and I started working with chefs on TV. So that's how I got to handle MasterChef season 1, season 2, because I knew both sides of the field. And I think I've never let the camera down. It's always there with me. Even when I'm working in the kitchen, it's there lying on some shelf. The boys will come and say, Chef, be careful of your camera. And I say, don't worry, it's there. Yeah, so I think I've got the best of both worlds because of a decision my mom helped me make. And that's it.
Well,
That is a fabulous story.
just
Yes.
a quick thing again. I think we have a few more comments. Let me run through them quickly. Lynette John says, very true, Dr. Jaya. Music is the best medicine too, because Lynette is a singer. She's also a moderator with us on our talent networking group and a great singer as well. We have another friend, Trevor Furtado. I'm seeing him after a long time. Welcome, Trevor. Good to see you here. He says it's awesome to have a chef and doctor on the same show. It's like having Lord and the devil on the show. So that's a good one, Trevor. In fact, I was dying to read this out. That's why I had to read it out. But that's a good one. So anyway, coming back to the show again, Lester, I think we should be leaving you now to be talking to either one of the two. Please go ahead, Lester.
Yeah, sure. In fact, this question is for Chef Michael. Chef Michael, you have a keen passion for nature and wildlife. Um, so, what do you do now during, the COVID situations? Do you still travel, or you're, locked at home?
I was for 5 months. I went for 4 months. 4 months I was in Madhya Pradesh in the jungles where we have 5 resorts that I handle. I handle the food part of it. And I just stayed there for 4 months. And I came back in March and the second wave started. So I came back just before that. So in a way,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
But
Oh,
it was the safest place to be, the most enjoyable place to be. None of the stress of the big cities. Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. All right. Now, just one quick thing with Chef Michael. Chef Michael, we spoke about your book. We spoke about you being a chef and how you became one. And we've learned quite a bit about you this evening. From here, where? What next?
I'm already planning a East Indian restaurant, hopefully in New York, as well as I'm working with some people to do something with nature and food, which is called Cooking Wild, is where we take people to enjoy food in the jungle, eating local food, and getting back to the local cuisine like millet, stuff like that, eating healthy again. How do I give local food on a very fine dining avatar, so to speak? Yeah.
Wow. So Vrinda and Dr.
Wow.
Jaya, you're going to be having Chef Michael coming very soon close to you.
I know. I was just delighted to hear that, Chef Michael. I live in New York, and Dr. Jaya is just about an hour and a half away from us. So
It'll be
we are
Wow.
lovely.
looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing you in New York.
Now you see, that was not planned. That was not as per the script, by the way. It's good when it just comes out. And I think that's a good
Well, that
applause.
was also not in the script.
Chef Michael, just one more thing before Vrinda goes back to Dr. Jaya. I love the way Dr. Jaya is smiling. Keep smiling, doctor. It looks really
I
nice.
know.
Chef Michael, why aren't you thinking? I know you're going all the way to New York or to the United States because the Indian food is loved there, even in Europe. They love Indian food and it's expensive compared to most of the other food. Dubai has a lot of it, of course. We've got a lot of restaurants, a lot of Indian food here from Sanjeev Kapoor to everybody you can think of. Why aren't you thinking of doing something special, probably focused on the book that you're writing and doing something linked to that in the form of a restaurant?
Let's see. It's a good thought to put into
So I
place.
think you and me need to be talking, because I think that is something, you know what, we need to fill in a niche, because Indian restaurants, dime a dozen everywhere. I mean, here, every street you go, you'll find one.
Yes.
Authentic. I mean, it's awesome food. And some people, in fact, I had one of my business partners, Kapil Malhotra, who came down from Delhi. And you know what he told me? He said, in Dubai, you have far better Indian food than in India. That's what he said, or maybe in
Yes.
Delhi, because he said the food in Dubai, Indian food was just awesome. So I think we should be talking about it, and I'm sure there is somewhere there is a gap that needs to be filled in, and I think you're the man for it. Vrinda, over to you, and Dr. Jaya is waiting for your question.
Yeah, and I know in the interest of time, I'll make this the last question, Alwyn, and then you can wrap us up. But Jaya, there's only one question that came to mind as I was thinking about you and all the conversation we've had. And I'm sure everybody in our viewers is actually also wondering. So, like they say, there's something about Mary, there was that movie. So I think there's something about how you're doing everything you're doing. So the one question is, how do you do it all? Where do you find the time and how do you manage to do so many things well?
Yeah, I know, and I laugh. Of course, that's my stress releasing stuff. But it is sometimes definitely stressful. But I manage my lifestyle, and I actually suggest people to manage your lifestyle. It's very simple. Just wake up early, do your exercise, do your yoga, your breathing exercises, and you will see the difference in like just a week. And then balance your food according to the season, according to your body. And I don't think you will need anything more than that for the keep going, and that helps me. And also I'm very enthusiastic about the music and dance and all that, and that helps me when I'm really crazy about my work.
True,
That's
true.
very
Nothing
nice.
like music. So, Alvin, I'll turn it over back to you. I think we're just about on time. So,
Uh,
I have one question for Dr. Jaya. Dr. Jaya, you just said breathing exercises. Well, I was a COVID patient in Jan, and at that time I was gasping for breath, for oxygen, and it was so difficult. So, is it possible, and the people suffering now are basically gasping for oxygen? Is there anything that you can show us, or if you have a YouTube channel, explaining the breathing exercises?
So here I don't think I can show, but I definitely have YouTube videos posted on my Facebook page. Even if someone just browse by name Jaya Daptardar YouTube videos, you will find one. My latest talk in the seminar was on lung diseases. That
Okay.
was related to COVID, and that was related to breathing exercises. And a lot of other therapies are there, not just the breathing exercises. That was the very simple example. And in India, actually, Ayurvedic therapies are recommended in COVID time. Since the pandemic started, it became more popular. So I would recommend just to go online and listen to those talks and videos. And I actually, this is my 7th international show that I'm talking. And then I have like, I think 15 to 20 YouTube videos posted that I spoke in this during this pandemic about the same topic: immunity, digestion, breathing, lifestyle. So it's all there.
Right.
nice. Let's say hi to another moderator of ours who's come in, Nigel Galway. Again, he's a chef, been a chef for a very long time. But after he joined us, we christened him and we called him the first ever singing, dancing chef in the world. And I think That's true, because I've never seen a chef who. Let's ask Chef Michael. Do you sing and dance as well, Chef Michael?
No,
Okay. So then,
dancing, yes, but not the singing.
so then I can, I
Not
think,
the singing.
proudly and boldly say we have Nigel Galway, who's the first singing, dancing chef. And he's lived up to that name, by the way, after we christened him, that he does his own shows, on Facebook. And he's a great singer, dances very well, and a great chef as well. So you're going to see a lot of him, and we're going to meet him again on the 9th on our first anniversary. Dr. Jaya, please be there as well. I've seen you on our group. Do stay back, and once in a way, do share some things that you do. The only thing, like we tell everyone, we don't permit advertising in terms of actual publicity, but if it's your own things that you do and develop, you're more than welcome to share it over there. Dr. Jaya, now that Vrinda has asked, most of her questions, and I think she's even gone outside the script, and she's asked you a few questions. Just a quick thing about your beauty products. Now, Vrinda mentioned about some of the creams or ointments she bought from you for pains and aches. You also mentioned, if I'm right and if I remember, that you are an esthetician, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
As an esthetician, I mean, you could be probably working or doing, skin therapies and treatments for people or on people, but have you also created a skincare line or anything to do with facial products?
Yes. So I do have multiple, but I am going to show just a few that Vrinda used, the face cream. And then arthritis oil, and there are so many for aging gracefully. Probably you can't see it, but that's okay. I think, okay, that's
Actually,
fine.
if you hold it, no, just hold it in front of you is better.
Hold
Don't take
it
it to the
next to
side.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Put
front.
it next to
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Now we can see it.
Right? Okay. And, the profit of this goes to nonprofit. So I just don't keep the profit, but I am very passionate about it. So I have my product line. And then there are, different other oils. This is for eyes. So like I said, aging gracefully is all about taking care of all your skin and hair and eyes and everything. So I have products for all that. I also have herbs that I make, the simple formulas, because there are so many restrictions here. I can I think I have my link on my website for people to go and check instead of, showing all of these here.
Okay. So that's nice. I mean,
Right.
on your website, people can actually go and check out not only
Yeah.
about you, but they can also see your site and probably buy products or even ask you any questions. So once again, the website is Ayur Beauty, Ayur as in AYUR, ayurbeautyandlifestyle.com. Maybe sometime once in a way when you're on our group and you showcase, probably put a few products that you have created, because these are your own creations, and maybe put it out so that people, if they like it, you could just write there and say that, hey, these are the creams that's good and made by me and formulated by me. And if you need more information, please reach out. So people can then inbox you and ask you, or maybe they can check your website. Very interesting to know about what you create and the products you make. And by the way, you have lovely hair as well. Dr. Jaya?
I think we lost Dr. Jaya.
Oh, she said
It's
thank you.
frozen, right?
Yeah, I think it went off a little bit. But
Oh, okay. So I use my own hair oil.
Wow.
I think you need if you need a marketing person, I'm here. Yeah, just take me on. Anyway.
So like I said, the profit goes to nonprofit. So I don't really advertise. I don't really show my products, but Vrinda insisted.
By the way, I must say, Lester's been very quick, Dr. Jaya. He's put it on the group already in the comments while we're watching live. So for those of you who are watching, you have the website of Dr. Jaya right there in the comments. Thanks, Lester. He's done a great job in a short while. Now, coming back to Chef Michael, I think now we'll come in probably to just another one or two questions and we'll end this evening, because y'all have been there for some time with us and I don't want to tire y'all completely. So Chef Michael, now you told us what's next. You told us what's current, and you've, of course, told us about your past and whatever you've done. Would you, at some stage, consider coming back for another talk show when it is to do only with cooking? Because today it was all to do, with health and obviously the launch of your book. There are people who would like to know, tips about cooking because, now people are again back at home, even in India because of the lockdown. I'm one of them in Dubai. I'm still at home. I'm still not going out. I hardly go out. But I think, Lester, Brenda and Lester, we should do
Yeah.
a talk show on cooking and baking. So first, let's do a show on cooking. And if you would be kind enough to come back again, we'd like to talk to you about, good cooking. I mean, even delicious food, which I enjoy. I mean, to me, I eat any food I get. I love it. Even if it's home cooked food, no matter what it is. But I think we should have a session only on food. So if you would come back, then we will fix a date based on your convenience and inform our viewers, and we'll do that show. What do you say, Vrinda and Lester?
Oh, yes. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
So we
I
have a
would
yes
love to
from
have
you.
that show.
Thank you very much, Lester. Any questions before I go back to Chef Michael and Dr. Jaya, Vrinda and Lester? Any questions for them?
No, I don't have
I'm
any.
good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So before we leave, I think we'll give the lady her first right. Dr. Jaya, if you have any message for our viewers, because we still have 19, 20 viewers coming and going out. If you want to tell them anything, whether it pertains to health or COVID or whatever you feel like telling the viewers, I'm sure you could speak out now. So please feel free to speak.
So what I would say is just take care of your health because your health is your wealth. And it is important to read about the prevention and care because prevention is more important than cure when you get sick. And whatever we have, the hair, the skin, the eyes and ear and whatever, we have to make sure that we maintain all this because everything ages. Every day, everything ages. So prevention is very important. And of course, please make sure that you are eating right food for your soul and your mind.
Well said,
Balance.
Dr. Jaya.
Yes,
That
very
is
well.
well said. In fact, I keep reading messages from Roland and now Trevor Furtado as well. Chef Michael, can you share the bottle masala recipe? Guys, he's not going to do that now because I think we're running short of time, but he will do it if he feels like when he comes back on another show. What do you say, Chef Michael?
I will send it to you. You can send it to them.
Oh, lovely. So Roland and Trevor, you guys
Wow.
are lucky. Anybody else wants to learn about the bottle masala recipe, please feel free to get in touch with us. And Chef Michael has been kind enough to share it with you all. Trevor also says, here you have Alvino Fernandez and Nigel Galway, to name a few chefs. It would be nice to have them on the show as well. So we'll plan another show with chefs and we'll plan another show with bakers. And I think we should do something there where people can learn, quick things. So we'll plan that show and come back. Chef Michael, before we leave, over to you. If you have anything to tell our viewers, please feel free to speak now.
Eat well, enjoy your food, and eat seasonal is what I will say. It's the best thing to do, and take care of your health and be safe.
Awesome. So here we have Dr. Jaya and Chef Michael talking about eating healthy, taking care of yourselves, looking, after your own self, your body, your face. If you eat healthy and if you, look after yourself, then you're going to be having awesome looks and, complexion and skin and hair, just like our doctor sitting on the panel here, and Brenda, of course, and all the others. Look at Lester. He looks young as ever. And Chef Michael, you're glowing when you're smiling. So guys, take care of yourselves, please. It's very important. Sitting at home, because of the lockdown and because of all that we're going through, don't keep eating and eating and eating. Eat well, eat healthy, take care of yourselves, more important. So I think exercise is also a very important part of that daily routine, which I don't do, unfortunately. I'm going to start. But besides that, before we say our goodbyes, I think first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Jaya for coming on our show. Doctor, you've been there with us for a long time, over 1 hour. Thank you for your time. We really enjoyed it. Our viewers enjoyed listening to you. From the comments, you can see there what all they're talking about. So thanks again for coming on our show. And do stay back whenever you get a chance. Do come on Facebook, on the Talent Networking Group and the TNG live show, and see what we do there. Chef Michael, thank you to you. I know we had trouble, connecting, but there you came on and you stayed all the way through. You were supposed to leave, but there you are right till the end. So we enjoyed talking to you. It was great. And I'll let Lester and Vrinda say thank you to you guys before I end the show after that.
Michael and Dr. Jaya, I mean, thank you, for all the inspirational talk. It was lovely, basically, hearing you guys, the stories and what you accomplished. So thank you once again for coming on the show.
I would
Vrinda?
add the same, Chef and Doc. They say good times, when you're having good times, time flies. And I realized after you said, Alwyn, we've been talking for more than an hour and didn't feel it. So had a great time. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you, my co-host, Vrinda and Lester. Both of you did a great job. Thank you so much. You gave me support today, which was good. I needed it. Again, thank you guys. Really enjoyed it. Dr. Jaya, all the best to you. Please stay safe. Take care of yourself. Wish you all the best with your products and whatever you do. All the best. Blessings from all of us at TNG. Chef Michael, all the best to your book. And I'm sure the book is going to do very well.
Thank you.
I hope a lot of
Yes.
people here are going to buy it. And we are definitely going to be one of those many who are going to buy them. And I'm sure you're going to be very successful as well. And I look forward to hopefully one day talking to you. And by the way, Nigel Galway, who I've always told, one day I'm going to get him to Dubai as well. And hopefully, when he becomes a very big guy, he's there on our show. When he becomes a big guy, I hope he doesn't forget all of us. He's still a brother to us, and we're going to be getting him here soon as well. So with that, I have to say bye to you all. But before we leave, one more word of advice to all our viewers. Please, 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 from all of us, the 5 of us over here, please stay safe. Wear your mask, sanitize your hands, do whatever you have to do to remain safe and healthy. Take care of yourselves, your people around you, and everybody, in your neighborhood and whatever. Try to do whatever you can. Try to reach out and try to help people as much as you can, but first take care of your own selves. Don't take it, light and think there's nothing going on. We're reading what's happening with over 400,000 cases a day in India. It's sad. We're praying for all of you, and we pray to God that everything gets back to normal in India. All of you are our brothers and sisters. So we are praying for you all. And you guys first have to take care of your own selves. So please do that. Yeah. Yes, we have to do the heart. And with that, we're going to end the show. Thank you very much again. Lester, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can play the videos of our Chef Michael and our sponsors. And I think it's time for us now to say goodbye from our side. Thank you again. Good night. God bless you all.
Bye-bye.
Machine for you kind of music. Ray Machine, we bring out the music in you. To
Well, that was beautiful. So once again, we're going to be saying bye to all of you. But Just to remind you all, whatever we had today in the show has been recorded. So we're going to be uploading it on YouTube. So those of you who missed the show can always watch the show later. It's very informative. And we're going to be sending the link also to Dr. Jaya and Chef Michael. Feel free to watch it if you have to, or share it with your friends and family. It's been an exciting evening for us. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and our family members, everybody over here, 9th of May, don't forget, 8:30 p.m. IST, 7 p.m. Dubai time, 11 a.m. EST. We are going to be live because we are celebrating our first anniversary. Tune in, come and watch us, because you're going to see a lot that we're going to be talking about. And it's all about the last 365 days that TNG has been alive. And we have a lot to talk about, just like Chef Michael said. We have a lot to talk about the future as well for TNG. So stay tuned. Good night from all of us. Love you all from TNG. Adios.
Bye-bye.